I never liked being sent to the principal's office as a kid. And I don't like being sent to the doctor's office as a patient. But a few years back, I went in and I took a seat. I quickly noticed the doctor's abundant harvest of diplomas. They were everywhere. 1 degree from the university, another degree from the residency, the 3rd degree from his wife. Just pausing to see if you caught the joke. The more I looked at his accomplishments, the better I felt. Whew, I thought, man, I'm in good hands. About the time I leaned back in the chair to relax, his nurse entered with a sheet of paper. She said, well, the doctor will be in shortly. In the meantime, he wants to ask you to acquaint yourself with this information. It summarizes your heart condition. My heart condition? I lowered my gaze from the diplomas to the summary of the disorder, and as I read, these contrary winds began to blow. Unwelcome words like atrial fibrillation, arrhythmia, embolic stroke, and blood clot caused me to sink in my own sea of anxiety. Now, what happened to my peace? I was feeling so much better just a moment ago, so I changed strategies. I counteracted the prognosis with diplomas. And in between paragraphs of bad news, I looked on the wall for reminders of good news. His call to courage is not a call to naivete or ignorance. We aren't to be oblivious to the overwhelming challenges that life brings, but we are to counterbalance them with long looks at God's accomplishments. As the scripture tells us in the book of Hebrews, we must pay closer attention to what we have heard so that we do not drift away from it. So do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes to keep your gaze on Jesus. He has hung his diplomas in the universe. God's work is everywhere. Rainbows, sunsets, horizons, stars, sequins, skies. He has recorded his accomplishments in Scripture. His resume includes Red Sea openings and lion's mouth closings and Goliath topplings and Lazarus raisings and storm stillings and strollings. His lesson is clear. He's the commander of every storm. Are you scared in yours? Well, just lift your eyes. Stare at him. Do you lack strength and courage? Look up to the Lord Almighty. He gives strength to his people. The Lord blesses his people with peace. Are you walking through a valley of shadow and death? Then gaze at the Good Shepherd. He will guide you to green pastures and beautiful, calm waters. Is your heart breaking? Then look to the great physician. He heals the brokenhearted. He binds up their wounds, no matter how great the storm, how troubling the diagnosis, how feeble your faith. Just fix your focus on God and remember the wonderful things that he has done.